I gotta be honest, when I started this sketch, I did not feel like sketching at all. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be so much work. I haven't sketched in a couple of days. I don't feel like starting right now. But as soon as that thought went into my mind, I kind of got pissed off at myself and thinking, what the heck am I thinking? Why am I thinking like this? It's not my usual approach to work. And the reason is because if you stop for a couple of days, even if you just stop for a couple of days, you'll kind of lose momentum in what you're doing. And what I did to overcome this is because I know I love sketching. And I think this is a problem for a lot of people. You get distracted. You might be in a have some good momentum going in whatever you're doing. And then all of a sudden, something comes up which makes you kind of take a break. For me, I mean, it was a great time. My brother was here from over here from Sweden visiting me. We had a lot of fun, and I just wanted to spend time with him because he's not here that often. So it totally makes sense. But it can be hard to get back into the flow of things that you get back into the way you used to do things before whatever happened that made you take a break. So I kind of got pissed off, and I told myself, you can't be thinking like this. You gotta go get to work. So what I did, and this is the funny thing. Whenever you have something that you need to do, the 95% of the effort of doing that task is doing the first 5% of it. So in my case, what I did was I just opened up my sketchbook. I looked at a couple of old sketches, and I started to, that's the first step of getting the, I don't want to say motivation, but getting the ideas back and getting just inspired to get started again. So I looked back at some old sketches, and then I just opened a blank page, which I did in the beginning of this video. And once you're there, it's kind of stupid to not put down a line or two on the paper, even though it doesn't have to be perfect. It shouldn't be perfect, because if you expect it to be perfect, then you're never gonna get started, because it's not going to be perfect. But once you're there, once you're staring at this blank piece of paper, right? If you don't, it's more effort to not get started and get back to whatever you're doing, because that means you need to restart another task, whether it was like watching YouTube or watching some show on Netflix. It's more effort to close the sketchbook and go away and go back to the couch and just sit down, find the show, click on the show, and then find the episode and blah blah blah. All of that is more effort now than to just start sketching. So that's why the first 5% of any tasks that you do is pretty much requires 95% of the effort. It's the same thing when for example, you want to go to the gym. It's so hard sometimes, and eventually, it's not this hard all the time. This becomes a habit after a while. But I'm talking now in my example, I had a break for a week, and getting back into it, you want to get back into it as fast as possible, and you want to take that first 5%. You want to complete the first 5% without even thinking. So I want to open the sketchbook. I just want to go sit down at my desk, open up my sketchbook, and pick up the pen before I even know what happened. And then I'm there, It's interesting how the brain can set up some obstacles for ourselves and just ruin our productivity and creativity sometimes. But I think it all comes down to the first 5%. So if you're going to the gym, just put your shoes on. Put your shoes on and step outside the door. Same thing there. Now you're outside the door. You're gonna look like an idiot if you go back in. You just step outside, look around and go back in. That's not gonna work. People are gonna think people are gonna think you're crazy. Your neighbors are gonna think, what is he doing? Just stepping outside and then walking back in. Same thing there. It's gonna be more effort to reverse what you just did than to actually finish the task. And one other thing I want to talk about is the importance of getting that first 5% done quickly, because the longer you think about it, the longer you're just gonna make yourself suffer of giving you the option of not doing it when you know you are going to do it. And this has nothing to do with a sketch, you know, that's on the video right now. This is just something that I wanted to talk about, and that I've come to realize myself, that it's important for me to, in order to keep my productivity up, I need to get to the 5% of whatever it is I'm doing without thinking, and I want to get the 5% done as soon and quickly as possible. The rest is easy. And the thing is, you never regret a single sketch session or a single workout session. You never regret going and doing that. So you know that it's something that you should be doing. So the point here is just get it done and cover those first 5% as soon as possible without even thinking. Another example I posted on my Instagram was, for example, if you have a lot of dishes, the dishes are stacking up. We have a dishwasher. Yeah, not a washing machine. I always mix those two up and my wife goes crazy. But we have a washing machine? Dishwasher? I think. Yeah, dishwasher, obviously. Still mix it up. But sometimes I just like to do it by hand because it's faster and more convenient. So the thing is, just go grab the sponge. Just go grab the sponge and put soap on it. And then you're standing there with a sponge and the soap. And you know, same thing there. You're just gonna have to do it at that point, because you can't just drop the sponge and then go back and do whatever you were doing before. So it's all about the first 5%. And I just wanted to talk about this because I think a lot of people get distracted. I mean, I know a lot of people get distracted today. There are so many things out there that just messes up, just wants our attention when I think we could be doing so much better things with our time, that it's something to think about. Think about the first 5% and think about getting those 5% done fast, and then there is no turning back. Now I'm gonna put on I'm gonna find some cool music for the rest of this video. I'm gonna start with another view here. It's a 3/4 rear view. And that's about it. What do you think about all this? Do you have issues with the, I guess, time management, or, you know, procrastination? I think everybody has, but it's all about how important something is to you. If you know that it's important to you, you will get it done. And also, you know, if you give yourself the option of not doing it, then you're gonna just wonder, just simply eliminate the option for you of not doing it if it's important to you. Don't let yourself down by not doing the things you need to do. So that's about it. That's about my that's all of my talk for today that I wanted to share with you. And I can see that was a full 10 minutes, which is crazy. It felt like 2. But I'm gonna jump into the sketching here now and let you check this rear view out. These are not my best sketches because, as I said, I wasn't in the mood for it. But halfway through the first sketch on the top there, I couldn't remember why I was whining about sketching because I had so much fun. It's funny how that works sometimes. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like this kind of videos, don't forget to like the video, and if you dislike these kind of talks, hit the dislike button, because I need to know if I need to just shut up and sketch or just talk about stuff like this sometimes too, because I enjoy it and I think it's gonna help you out. What else? That's about it. I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy this rest of the video, and take it easy, guys.